Team Cave Dweller, you missed it all. You missed my best shticks. I'm going to have to do them all over now. I'm doing them all over. Here we go. We are here. It is literally 1 hour fast, this, unless you're Eastern time. We'll just say you're Eastern time. And when this gets to here, there'll be something else, and then here I'll be starting over. Again, apparently. Well, I am just trying to get the technology down. You tell me. If you have any ideas on how to get the technology down, you tell me. This is my offering to Senora Delago and Saint Expedite. Oh, let's turn that label around. And coffee and cake. A little coffee and cake. Let's read the prayer to Saint Expedite, shall we? Saint Expedite, my hero, one of my new heroes. Hail Expeditus, you glorious youth of the Lord. Hail Expeditus, you fearless and holy martyr. Hail Expeditus, you who comfort and support, defend and protect, provide for and liberate all who are desperate. You who forsook the devil when he took the form of the crow. You who trampled him underfoot when he cried out, tomorrow, tomorrow, mañana, mañana. You who did not hesitate and who did not delay, but raised aloft the cross of the Lord and shouted, Hody, 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 today, today, today. You who have helped thousands and thousands to trample hesitation and procrastination underfoot and to act now. You who have opened the ways and broken the barriers that seemed indomitable. You who are renowned for granting sudden breakthroughs. You who create opportunities of great and miraculous fortune. You who never hesitates to aid the poor and the desperate. You who overturn powers. You who conquer oppressors. You who entered the land of the dead without his head, for so great was your zeal and your faith. You who open the roads between worlds for your faithful. Open the roads between the worlds for your faithful now, Expeditus. You who stand radiant in the light of the Almighty, you who are ever clad in armor and eager to assist in any endeavor, you who never ignore the pleas of the desperate. See me, hear my words, know me and remember my fellowship. I bless you, holy martyr, I honor you, blessed youth. I thank you for your aid, for your fellowship, for your example, for your constant readiness. May you be blessed forever in the light of God. May your name and your spirit be known and dear to all in need. May all honor your name. May all grant you light. Ave Expeditus, Ave Expeditus, Ave Expeditus. Amen. Red candle for Expeditus. That prayer was posted by Hoodoo Moses. You can look him up on Instagram. Hoodoo Moses, pretty good guy. Now then, Cave Dweller, it's been a great day. I'm turning my heart towards folk saints because I've given up theology for Lent. Let me check this here. Where are we at for streaming? I can't tell. I've given up theology for Lent because I despise theology, even though theology literally means the study of God. I despise it because it doesn't mean the study of God. In practicality, it means the lockdown of all belief and faith. Lockdown. Lock it down and get permission from some guy somewhere to tell you if it's okay or not, some council of elders. If we could trust the council of elders, that would be great, but the council of elders cannot be a council of a global community. Disco Jesus, spare us from the global community and the elders of this community who think they can speak for all of us. You can only have elders if you have a tribe, and we are not a global tribe. We are a global globe. A tribe is literal extended family. You might have some cousins and some uncles, several grandfathers, and the greatest of those grandfathers is the chief, the elder, and the other grandfathers are also elders. But you can't do that just by some elected official in Rome or anywhere else. One of my former heroes, Timothy Dolan, the Archbishop of New York, the commerce center of all commerce in the Western world, he's the bishop of that. The Pope is only the bishop of Rome. Why does he get all the credit? He's only bishop. Timothy Dolan, it's the same rank. Anyway, they're all useless because they think they got a lockdown on theology, and they don't. Folk saints, find your disco Jesus and dance your life away. That is, dance it away from the lockdown. The lockdown of this current pandemic shakedown and the lockdown of theology. Expand yourself. Ave Maria and amen. Now then, this painting. This part is done. I'm going to say that this part is... I want to add some more purple to that. I'm adding violet because it's... This is a great transparent violet. And violet is what we need over there to make this look like it's farther back than this. And you can see it worked. This, then the heads. We're creating depth, the illusion of depth. But I typically don't paint that way. This is unusual. Now I have to bring out this guy and I figure out what is going on with him. And the Lady of the Lake here, I kind of wrecked her when I gave her that big shadow on her face. It looks all right small, but when you get up to it, it's not that great. So I'm going to bring that out right now because I have less to do here than I have over here. This is a mess. I'm going to fix that. Oh, Cave Dweller, it's so much fun. I was contacting a guy today from one of my third-tier podcasts that I sometimes listen to. I mostly watch his tweets. I don't really listen to his show that much. It's called What Magic Is This? I recommend it. It's a nice overview of magic and the history of magic and different schools of thought of magic. And he's very into Egypt. And I asked him, tell me about Wep-Wa-Wet. Wep-Wa-Wet is the opener of the ways. He's a wolf-headed deity, and he smashes through barriers, similar to Saint Expedite. So you can see they're somewhat related in function. Now, there's not much known about Wep-Wa-Wet, which is why I asked What Magic Is This podcast guy, because he's been studying it for a while. I'm in the middle of looking for this flesh tone. I found Wep-Wa-Wet. Somebody had requested that I do a painting of a werewolf Skrauss decimating an army of robot Skrausses. So I researched it, and I found that the first werewolf was Wep-Wa-Wet, wolf-headed god. I'm like, all right, let's go with that. Pic drawing of me with the Egyptian wolf head, wielding an ankh, torn shirt like I hulked out. Pretty great. It's a pretty great painting. And then the second painting is of me on a giant sky bark, like just slashing through robots. It's awesome. It's pretty great. I mean, it would be great if I could paint, but it has the what do you call it? There's a famous art movement about this, impression. It has the impression of greatness without actual greatness. It's pretty great that it does that. This is Our Lady of the Lake Eye. The trouble with this is that there's a lot of white in this particular color. And so it doesn't do transparency very well. So I have to do the Bende dot thing, which is to say optical transparency or optical mixing. Eyes are here. Okay, so we'll do this. Why is the Lady of the Lake white? That's not white, that is beige. It's a neutral color. It's actually called flesh tone. No, it's called light portrait pink. Do you remember the color flesh in the Crayola box? I was smart enough in third grade, 1978, to realize that not only was there flesh, but there was also brown, which was also flesh. One of the first characters I created was Clem Kadiddlehopper, which is named after a Red Skeleton character. I think mine was a little bit different. Kadibble, I used, or I don't know, I spelled it almost exactly alike. And he literally hopped Kadibbles. It was an Olympic sport event. And I used brown. I made him a black guy by using brown, black and brown. I made him a brown guy. All right, we got this. Tip of the shoulder. Her shoulder is sticking way out here. She's like got severe shoulder problems. And why does it go to there? It connects to the shoulder blade. There's a problem. Here's an anatomy issue. I wasn't paying attention when I did this, apparently. So this is a mistake. This clavicle connects to your shoulder. Don't ever forget that. If you forget that, you could develop arthritis. There we go. See, now that looks better. But then why does she have this lump there? Uh-oh. Prussian blue to the rescue. It's a slow morning here at Revision Gallery. I recommend you come by and join us. Wow, this is all... So then, this is all wrong. This goes down to here. There it is. That's more like it. Well, okay, maybe that's not more like it. How does it look small? Woo! Lady of the Lake, your arm is detached. All right, she's detached. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. No, we can't. It's too dark. I have to just go over it. Back and forth, fixing things. This is why I'm not a... Well, this is why you think I'm awesome. All right, let's see. We can give her a bigger shoulder. Okay, that's more like it. There we go. Even bigger. Yeah, there we go. And then this would make sense. And even further back. Okay. I've got to let some of this dry before I can go in there with more layers. She's starting to come out. She's a little too bright. I'm using this straight out of the tube, and I shouldn't because I mixed it earlier. Because I wanted her to be olive. She's very orange, though. But that's good, because she's almost like the light of the world. She's lit up like the world. She's lit up like the light of the world, which is Christ and or Lucifer. You tell me. Both Lucifer and Christ are known as the morning star. Look it up. It's in the Bible. Lucifer just means light bearer. It does not mean synonymous with Satan. Nor does it mean synonymous with the devil. Nor does it mean synonymous with the snake. These are 4 different characters. 5 if you include Jesus. St. Paul says that Satan is the snake and the devil. I feel like that's a part of the lockdown. It's like in comics, we're in the postmodern era where they take all the stories and they weave them together and eliminate things and jettison things and alter things. The Bible took thousands of years for the Bible to do that. And this is way too orange, but we're doing it. How do you like my new set? I have a new set to eliminate background noise. And it's almost all right. I mean, it does all right. All it takes is a piece of drapery. That's it. That's all it takes. If you want to live in a set, just hang fabric everywhere. Is that better? I can't. It's hard to tell. Oh, Lady of the Lake, you're not working out. Got some. Okay, so I tried to mix up the orange that she was like, and I made it way too orange. I'm gonna have to subdue that with another layer. This is getting more and more complicated. I wanted to do the easiest one, and it turns out I'm doing not the easiest one. Let's take the time for a little bit of devotion to Disco Jesus. Disco Jesus, may we be truly thankful for discovering this new way in painting, which is to say, flying by the seat of your pants. How much did Jesus plan out, and how much of it was flown by the seat of his pants? Raise the seat of the pants! Every time they go out to sea, they'd raise the pants up the mast. Oh, there's Jesus. He's flying the seat of the pants. Okay, we got that. We got this. I'm going to say this is done. I'm going to say this is drying, and now I'm going to move on to this. This guy's got a similar issue. I'm going to not make the mistake of making him orange. I'm going to make the mistake of making him even browner. I should not use burnt sienna, which is what I just put on my palette. I should use burnt umber. The umbers skew gray, which I suppose should say that they're cooler. They're cooler, and the siennas are warmer. Raw sienna is yellow. Burnt sienna is red. In general, I mean comparatively. So you see right here, on this side, over here, this one is burnt sienna. This one is burnt umber. So you can see that the umber is grayer or cooler than the sienna. I'm just going to mix them together. Don't think of it as lighter and darker. One is technically darker than the other, but think of them as hues. You want to use your color as a hue, not as a shade. Save shade for black. Got the coffee. Marjorie, owner of Revision Gallery, just showed up, and I have the coffee pot over here by me. It's for me and Disco Jesus. I hope she's not looking for coffee right now. Okay, I want to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to bring it closer. I mixed a lot of water with this, so it's transparent, and now I'm just going over everything. I'm going over all the skin tones with this, and even some of that yellow. When I started this, I thought I'd be able to knock this painting out in a day. So far, it's been over a month. I've been working on this, putzing on it, puttering with it. Okay. All right. I've noticed that people that are into theology are all know-it-alls. Theology attracts the same type of person, know-it-alls. Christianity, as it's practiced, attracts various types of people, but amongst them are, your mother, all mothers, people that are in love with Jesus, people that are cutesy, and it attracts people like that are more of the wavelength of Donald Trump. They just want to do something. They're more go-getters, they're more aggressive, and then might makes right. Religion does that. Fundamentalism makes you feel that might makes right. Let's add some brown to the bottom of his sleeve. I'm not saying Trump is a Christian. I don't think anybody in any office is truly a Christian. Unless it's school president, class president, but even then you're corrupt. You're a corrupt individual. Unlimited power corrupts unlimitedly. Unlimited power corrupts unlimitedly, but in time. You can take that to the bank. Lady of the Lake, am I right or am I right? What do we got here? We got a brown guy getting punched in the face. Does that give you the wrong message? Let's get some golden tones in there. Bridge of the nose especially. Forehead. Cheekbone. edge of his ear, just to give him some delineation. And that little bump that I learned was the tragus back when people were piercing it. This has a name. This ear bump has a name. And tragus was his name, oh. T-R-E-G-ice, 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 and tragus was his name, ice. Cave Dweller, call in, let me know. Do you have anything to say? No comments there right now. We are live and commentless. We are live and friendless. Team Cave Dweller. Oh, it's that time. It's the time of the episode where I tell you a story and say something funny. I'm watching anime online. I'm stealing a Netflix access code and I'm binging on anime. And I've noticed that Ultraman, they've turned Ultraman into Iron Man and used CGI, three-dimensional technology. It's not bad. But there's another one that I like better, which is called, well, I've only seen one episode, and it was engaging. Beast Stars. Beast Stars. It's about a theater group in high school. I love it, and they're all animals. Why can the Japanese be so creative? They can just make a cartoon about high school drama teams. And in America, we can't. Everything's got to be a damn superhero. It drives me nuts. Superheroes suck, man. Let me tell you a story. Let me see. There's a story. No, there's really no story. I don't have a story for you. I'm sorry. Ask me a question. If you ask me a question, I will answer the question. Done. Near done. I might just leave this. Yeah, this looks good. This is starting to look good. This area where it has the optical mix. That I need to fix. Okay, let's get back to this guy. All right, and of course he's one of those guys that wears a sleeveless t-shirt. So we'll make that sleeveless t-shirt color, which is goddess blue and white. Ooh, I'm down to my last white. I gotta order some. Order some. Art stores are necessary for society to function. But they've been locked down during the shutdown, during the shakedown. They're shaking us down, Cave Dweller. They want our power. The scumbags are reforming society. This is just a social engineering protocol called the shakedown. And it's happening slowly rather than swiftly like 9/11 or the Kennedy assassination. It's happening slowly like the energy crisis of the 70s. You know, everything in the world is fake. I don't believe anything anymore. I don't believe anything except stuff that is fantastic and more fun. Now then, am I just hiding? Am I hiding? Have I gone into hiding, into sub-realities? You tell me. Let's give him the awesome A shirt. This is also known as an A shirt. Some people call it a wife beater. I'm not fond of that, giving it a negative connotation like that. It's a legitimate shirt. Why would you take a legitimate shirt and give it a bad connotation? You can only wear this shirt if you're going to beat a wife? Well, stand her up. Let's get to work. Wives just become mothers, and we know mothers all need a beat down. Have I just alienated over half of my audience? Cave Dweller, I'm sorry. I'm anti-mother. What does that mean? I'm not a misogynist. There's some other. I'm a mother resist. Mother resist. Resist your mother. I feel like mothers just want to control everything. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, Walt Disney wrecked the Brothers Grimm. He's not a mother. All right. Now then, add some green to that. I'm just doing things here now that are just popping into my head as I look. Partially because I'm afraid of touching the guy getting punched in the face. There's something wrong with that, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. Add some green. blue-green. Oh, that's her ear. All right, let's do that then. Get out the tiny brush and give her ear color. Okay. That helps somewhat. Another thing that'll help is if she has earrings. Better give her some earrings. All right, just coming along. Now this guy. One thing about painting is that when you're painting with oil, you can just leave your paint sitting on your brush like for days. When you're painting with acrylic, you gotta get that paint out of there as soon as possible. Somewhat inconvenient. And I learned late in life that you don't leave your brushes sitting in the water. It ruins them. All right, Team Cave Roller, take a sip of Disco Jesus. Sit back, put your feet up, learn yourself something. Read a book. In fact, this is so low action, you could just read a book instead of watching this show. But, keep it on for background noise. This is the kind of show you can leave on when you're doing chores, when you're writing and or drawing your comic. What do we got there? The guy getting punched in the face is starting to come together. He needs more definition. That is, separation from the background. So I will do this. He's got a mohawk. Let's make it a black mohawk. Should we make it a blue mohawk? Let's make it a black mohawk. It's blue mohawk. See, once again, I've tried hard, but I've put every color in this canvas. Fortunately, this red is subdued, but whoops. Give him some. We won't give him black. We'll give him raw umber. Every time my brush rolls into my palette, it annoys me. that makes it sticky. Makes it sticky. You got your ears on? Team Cave Dweller, we have a clock in the room, we have traffic outside the room. The windows act as diaphragms that vibrate and project the noise into the speaker. Microphone. Okay, here's raw sienna. I told you it was yellow. That's what it looks like, raw sienna. You might say light brown. We say yellow. Now then, ivory black, yes. Players. Cave Dweller, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job that I love. That I love going to. The last job that I loved going to was a Christian ministry. It was a radio station. I would go there at 5 a.m., do a shift, hang out all day, do the closing shift, shutting it down at 10. This is when I was full of zeal in my 20s. Now I'm like, I don't care, and I just sit around, I just don't do anything. Binge on anime. Turn into a zombie when you get older. Anyway, don't let that be you. Let's think of something positive. Let's think of the awesome sauce that goes into our own creative endeavors in this time of lockdown when we should all be painting. In Cave Dweller, you should be painting. We're just going to add this hair. There's nothing like a punk, a punch-drunk punk, getting smushed in the mush. And I think I'm going to call it an episode. Load it up to Instagram later, if YouTube lets me. We'll get away. I'm having trouble with YouTube. We'll figure it out. Okay, really, I'm looking for someone to work with on this show. Do production. I'd like to do different camera angles. Need somebody to operate the fader. I'd like to do better production. I would like to do added moments. I promised them. I promised I would do skits and interviews, but I, haven't. So here I am, me and Disco Jesus and Saint Expedite and Our Lady of the Lake. And this one is gonna rot in hell for a moment. Now this painting is the one that we'll be working on this afternoon. It's almost done. I say that every time. This painting, however, is almost done. It's painted with knife. So we're just going to leave it knife painted. We're going to leave it rough. My studio. It's my studio. It's my studio, which is this set. This televised set. Sets are all fake. Maximize the power of the fake. So let's all maximize the power of the fake today. Let's make it happen. Let's make the fake work for us. All right, Cave Dweller. Fake out. What? Fake out.